So it's been a lot of stuff going on, man.
Uncultured smart is crazy. What you and the DXPHO cultivate, man? Uncultured smart is crazy.
But so far, we're only 5 days into the new year. And it's been crazy.
Yes, it has.
It's been crazy stuff that's been going on.
So let's get to it. Let's go.
Let's get to it. So this is one of the things that went down.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shoot. That went down during the New Year. I'm sure we all heard about it. The New Orleans situation. There's a man that there were some barricades that went down that are normally there. There's some barricades, I forget what they call them, that are normally down there to stop cars from coming through because there's a lot of, we've been to New Orleans before, there's a whole lot of foot traffic. But for this for this particular weekend, the barricades were down. I heard it was because there's a pending football game coming up soon after that. Yeah, so they took them down. And
it was what, Georgia versus Notre Dame. That was what at the New Orleans. I don't know, Mercedes-Benz Center. That's the New Orleans stadium.
Mm-hmm. Was that the Sugar Bowl?
No, it was the quarter. Yeah, probably. They normally have the Sugar Bowl. I think that was the Sugar Bowl game. Yeah. But it's like the quarterfinals for the football playoffs.
So there's an individual that decided to take it upon himself to run his pickup truck into the crowd.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on CBS News 24/7. I'm Lindsay Reiser, and we are following that breaking news out of New Orleans. At least 10 people are dead and dozens more injured after city officials say a man intentionally drove a pickup truck into a crowd. Witnesses and law enforcement say that happened at a high rate of speed and that the suspect did so intentionally. Now, it happened on the world-famous Bourbon Street overnight at Bourbon and Canal Streets as people were celebrating the new year around 3:15 in the morning local time. Officials say the man drove around barricades and hurtled down the street before opening fire on police officers. Now, 2 police officers were hit by gunfire and rushed to the hospital. They are in stable condition. CBS News has learned the suspect is dead, shot and killed by police. Officials say a long gun was recovered from the scene and potential explosive devices were also recovered and are being analyzed. The city's mayor referred to this as a likely terrorist attack, and the FBI is saying it is investigating it as terrorism. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joins us now from West Palm Beach, Florida. Ed, what are we hearing first from the White House?
Lindsay, good to be with you. Yes, the president actually just moments ago as you were beginning this latest round of reporting just issued a statement by way of the White House saying that he has been briefed all morning long by his top Homeland Security officials and reiterates that the FBI is in charge of this. The statement reads in part, "I'm grateful for the brave and swift response of local law enforcement in preventing even greater death and injury. I've directed my team to ensure every resource is available as federal, state, and local law enforcement work assiduously to get to the bottom of what happened as quickly as possible and to ensure that there is no remaining threat of any kind." That's notable because it suggests that perhaps there's still a concern, at least among federal and state officials, that maybe there are others out there who've been involved in this in some way that have yet to be discovered. He says he'll continue to receive updates throughout the day and have more to say later. There is no justification, he says, for violence of any kind, and we will not tolerate any attack on any of our nation's communities. We're here in West Palm Beach, of course, because President-elect Trump lives here. He is currently over at his golf course, but issued a statement through...
I didn't know he lives there.
Who?
Trump. He said Trump lives there. I didn't know that.
Live where?
His true social...
In West Palm Beach. I didn't know that.
Probably one of his residents, yeah.
Yeah.
Platform a little while ago, beginning by sort of suggesting I told you so, saying that when I said that the criminals coming in are far worse than the criminals we have in our country, that statement was constantly refuted by Democrats and the fake news media, but it turned out to be true. What he's suggesting there is that whoever this is has come into the country either legally or illegally. We don't know that yet about the alleged attacker in New Orleans. So notable that the president-elect is already putting out that either assumption or perhaps he knows something that hasn't been shared more widely yet. We'll wait and see. But he continues the statement saying our hearts are with all of the innocent victims and their loved ones, including the brave officers of the New Orleans Police Department. And the Trump administration will fully support the city of New Orleans as they investigate and recover from this act of pure evil. Notably, House Speaker Mike Johnson, who's from Louisiana, is set to be here in Florida today to meet.
Well, we get that. Get pretty much the gist of that. There was another one that I try to get. I'm learning to try to, like I said before on our previous episode, to look at things from separate, opposite perspectives, right? So I purposefully tried to go to, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I tried to go look at like CNBC or CNN.
A whole other news, to a different news source to go.
Then I tried to look at Fox News and see, just compare their opinions or whatever they're saying about it. That's what I'm trying to do in 2025. So I think
that's crazy. 2025,
right? I'm still getting used to that.
We are now taking a live look at Bourbon Street in New Orleans, where a man from Houston intentionally plowed a pickup truck into a crowd just hours into the new year. Investigators are calling the incident an act of terror. And officials say at least 14 people and the driver are dead. Dozens more were injured.
And see, the previous video said 10. This one's saying 14.
Investigators believe the attack may have been inspired by ISIS. We caution some of the images.
Was done earlier, the other one was done later when they finished getting the talent.
Yeah.
You're about to see may be disturbing. Here's ABC's Lionel Moise.
This morning, the careful work of gathering evidence continues just over 24 hours after carnage on New Orleans' most famous street. New video shows the speed of the pickup truck that plowed into people, killing at least 15 and injuring many more.
We have dozens of people that got hit by this car.
Surveillance video shows the truck flying an ISIS flag coming down Canal Street around 3:15 a.m. before turning onto Bourbon and speeding into the crowd.
We ran one way, so like about 5 feet away from the curb, and we ran into the bar to be protected by the little divot.
Authorities identifying the suspect as 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar, a U.S.-born citizen and Army veteran from Texas, who they say was inspired by ISIS to kill. They say he was speeding down Bourbon wearing body armor and firing an AR-style rifle out of the truck, racing about 3 blocks before crashing, stepping out and opening fire again, wounding 2 police officers. Inside that rented Ford F-150, authorities say they found multiple homemade pipe bombs packed with nails. Sources tell ABC News on that flagpole is a black flag bearing the ISIS insignia. A fire at an Airbnb near Bourbon Street yesterday morning is now reportedly being linked to Jabbar. Officials say it appears explosive devices associated with the attack were made at that property. Officials say steel bollards installed on the street were unreliable and were in the process of being replaced ahead of the Super Bowl in February. Vehicles had been placed as blockades, but there were gaps.
We had barriers there, we had officers there, and they still got around. So we did indeed have a plan, but the terrorists defeated it.
City officials say they questioned the construction timeline, wondering why the replacement didn't happen months ago.
This construction should have happened much earlier, and everything really should have been ready and in place, fixed, repaired, ready to go now.
Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
I'm in agreement with her though when she said we had a plan in place, or this stuff should have been done months ago, because the Super Bowl's coming to right? February, or early February. And on top of that, you had this national championship game there too. So shouldn't this shit should have been done like October, November, latest?
I always thought the shit was Bourbon Street was dangerous in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? You look at the traffic, the passing by traffic, even with the cross streets.
Yeah, because you can still come crossways like this. You can still come through.
And then normally, because I really don't remember those, what they call ballards.
Yeah, I think it's ball. I'll look it up while you're talking.
But I really don't remember those really sitting there. I remember them having construction, like the big ass construction sign things, and little gates or whatever. Yeah. But to me, I always thought it was just like dangerous.
I think they just put them ballards or whatever. Okay. I think they just put that up there for that.
So it's just kind of ironic that he would, pick a time right. You could have picked any New Year. Yeah. Could have picked last year.
But I think that should be like only way you should be able to get down there with a car is if. Like, you know how it's like none like peak hours. Like for deliveries to get the bar stocked and stuff like that.
They should be able to go up and down.
Yeah.
You make enough money you make enough money that you should be able to have some hydraulic bollards.
Where they go up and down. Well, the daytime you should be able to go through there, make your deliveries. But at night, it shouldn't be, everything should be barricaded and blocked off. Should no cars be able to come through there unless it's like EMT or something like that to let them down for it to work through or anything like that. And I'm also the side streets because remember we was down there and cars was going like what it was. I don't know if it was northwest or northwest.
East and west.
It was east and west. East and west. I don't know if cars can go. Was cars going east and west? But you just couldn't go north and south.
Right.
So I think that should be, and if you need to go through an alley or something to come through the back of the bar to make some more deliveries because you ran out of stuff, okay, that's what you got to do. But after you made all your deliveries at a certain time, them should be up, and it shouldn't be, especially when crowds of people out there. Yeah. We're just living so much of a dangerous time to where that's why a lot of people don't like going out and being crowds. This is a prime example. Like, we was on edge when we was down there, wasn't we? We was all looking out for each other. We was all on, we couldn't even really we enjoyed ourselves, but we was all on alert. like with everybody, because we was a group of like 6 or 7. We was all on alert, looking out for everybody. And when one stop somebody was doing, we all stopped right there. We was all like, it may have been 2 of us across the street, it may have been 2 of us over here, but we was all in arm's length or whatever. We can get to each other real quickly, because it's just like, that shit just was dangerous as hell. I don't like that.
Not only is the Super Bowl down there, we just had, like you said, the previous college Sugar Bowl was just
they had to postpone it, yeah.
And then you have Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras is going obviously every year. So it's just like why as much money as you guys make down there, you should already have some type of security system in plan, or not in plan, but just already just active. So, we wouldn't have to go through something like this. So I obviously, personally, me, right? I put my Tom Ford Kufi on, or in this case, my Carhartt Kufi on. And I think shit like this be planned. There's some other entities going on here. This isn't just a random act of anything, because from what I heard, the on the news, they said the FBI already knew about this hours in advance. And he gave a specific location where he said he was going to be at.
That's what my thought process about this was, because what are the odds someone would know to do that this year? Like, what are the odds? It just didn't make sense to me that all of this would transpire on the night that they have the bollards. That's what they call bollards.
Okay, I get where you're coming from now. That they want
out of the way, right?
Yeah. Be there. Okay,
like,
I got you.
That just didn't. This whole thing, naturally, when I first saw it, that was actually the first thing I thought about, because when we went to New Orleans, it was my second or third time going down there, and I vaguely remember having to walk around, or at least the bollards being there on the street, not on the sidewalk. Which if you ask me, they should be on the sidewalk too, because cars can fit. But yeah, like they weren't there. They might have been there, but either way, it didn't make sense to me that the car was able to do all of this.
And we live in the United States now, right? Where it's too much of this type of terrorist type stuff. We're too rich of a country for this type of stuff to keep happening. We need to stop going to wait till it happened to be reenactionary, to be in like on prevent. We need to be thinking about this stuff all the time.
Our producer, yo.
Will, what's going on? What's happening? But we should be thinking about this.
There he is. What's good, Will?
We should be thinking about this already. Like, this should have already been thought about. It shouldn't have been because we putting ballots up because we got the Sugar Bowl coming, and then the Super Bowl going to be down there, so the city of New Orleans going to be packed with people. This should happen regardless, because Mardi Gras is always down there. There's a whole bunch of people down there anyway. All concerts and stuff like this should already have security measures like this on a regular basis. We need to go back to the drawing board, to all gatherings with people like this, with a lot of people, and need to be thinking of things like, oh, they can do this. We need to have this. We need to have certain teams or some type of committee or something in place to where this stuff cannot keep happening like this. Like, why does stuff got to keep happening like this? Then we start thinking about, oh, we need more security right there. We need more security right here. Why we can't be thinking about that stuff already now?
Yeah. I mean, but I think safety, like it was something I read earlier this week. Most safety precautions and stuff is written in blood. So it had already happened. Ooh. You know what I mean? This is why you get the safety precautions. So now it's up to places like in Memphis and Beale Street, because that's another one you can just kind of walk down.
The other one, they need to have barriers and stuff there.
They should be putting up their shit when it happened. Like, oh, whoa, shit. You know what I mean? Because Beale Street is always busting.
Yeah.
Anytime you go down to Bourbon Street, you don't have to go to Bourbon and during Mardi Gras. You go any time of year, it's going to be busting. There's going to be people out there.
Yeah.
It's going to be crowded. So, but any big area where there's going to be a gathering of people, you got to understand, like, this shit happens. I mean, hell, they put them in front of the Louis Vuitton stores and shit at the mall.
Thank you.
So, I mean, we know this stuff stops things. And again, they're retractable, so they go up and down. Like, it's not a problem.
So, and like you say, everything is written in blood. But now, since we got this, everybody should be thinking about this shit.
Yeah, Rush Street in Chicago, yep.
Everybody should be thinking about this. This should be everywhere now.
Navy Pier, you can't just ride your car all up on, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got the little bollards.
Bollards, B-O-L.
Man, hit the pronunciation thing so I can say, you know what I'm saying? So we can all say it together. Bollards.
Hey, boy, now that's when technology come in a good play right there. When you can type in this to say how to pronounce this.
Yeah. Bollards.
Great technology.
Well, ballards, it looks like. Let's see.
We'll let them say it.
Pause.
Bollards.
Bollards.
Okay.
Bollards.
Some bollards. But anyway, yeah, so they got those in Navy Pier. Any place with high traffic area, you got to have it. It's just what it is, man.
You know, I agree, but I don't want to say I disagree, but I do give just a tad bit of pushback.
Okay.
Just a tad bit.
Let's go.
Because I've been to New York, right? Not downtown Manhattan, Times Square, right?
$9 to get in there, by the way. $9 to go through New York, downtown New York, or Manhattan now.
Yeah, and peak hours.
Peak hours, $9.
Is that thing we were talking about? With they was talking about with Brandon Johnson when he was trying to.
Yeah, that's your future home.
Yeah, your future
home.
So yeah, it's a toll you gotta.
You gonna sell
just
your
thought
car.
I'd throw that out there. You brought up New York.
Yeah. You gonna sell your car? You gonna just get on the bus and the train and stuff now?
Terrorists gotta pay $9 to go through that, man.
You gotta pay $9 to go go harm all these people.
So that's how it was when I was in Times Square, though.
Yeah.
This was 2022 when I went to New York. It's the same thing. It's like super high foot traffic, and once you reach a certain point, there's vehicle traffic also intertwining with the foot traffic. Mm-hmm. Cars have to slowly maneuver through the people. So, in one hand, I 100% agree. I 100% agree with the ballots already being there. 100% agree with them being retractable. I also think about the fact that with a lot of situations, you don't know what to prepare for unless it happens.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, people can say what they want to do.
Like, for instance, malls didn't always have metal detectors until people started coming into malls with guns in particular and doing the crazy stuff.
What mall you be at?
Hell no. No, I never been to a mall but I know it's a mall in Atlanta.
Okay.
What mall is that? I
forget
probably
Lennox Mall. Probably talking about
that.
Like people, the need for enhanced security is because of enhanced violence, enhanced crime.
Yeah, and blood.
You know what I'm saying? So and Maul is absolutely right. We shouldn't have to be reactionary with these situations.
I agree.
But at the same time, it's like if it's never happened before, how do you know really what to prepare for it?
You're right. You're right. Agreed.
Let's see. JH, Mr. JH. I'm gonna say Mr. JH because I know who you are. Watching the ISIS channel got in his head.
You think so?
Now, some beauty said, I've seen a video of the aftermath that looked like a straight horror scene. I've seen pieces of it, and I didn't really need to see more.
Pieces of the video or?
The video, like 8, no. Of the video, yeah. I was like, you know what? That's enough for me. I don't want to see that, man. OG said Rush Street. We talked about that. Will said, it's the land of the free. Safety is second. Yeah. Cultivate said, the news is smoke and mirrors. The government always got some ish going. That was another thought that I had, Cultivate, because I'm thinking like, all right,
who probably owned ballots? I wonder what a company that put them in and who owned that. That'd be a good question to look at. Because if they say ballots right now, right, ballot stock don't probably go up because every town and every whatever is going to start putting ballots in, like you say, Rush and on Beale Street. Ballot stock should probably going to skyrise now because everybody's going to start using it and trying to use it now. So it'll be like like they say, when you always see something bad like this happen, where the money at? Where the money going?
Absolutely.
Follow the money. Absolutely. So that'll be the stock will be rising on that, and that's where somebody probably put this in somebody's head to do this because this going to ride. You know, it's always like you say, it's always plans in place. We don't know. We just going by, trying to pick pieces together and see what would cause somebody to do this. Why did he do this? What happened? What's going on?
If you notice after the new year, or as soon as the ball drops, so to speak, there's always something that goes on within that first month and a half to kind of galvanize people's attention is to, create some type of hysteria, get people scared about different things. You guys notice that every year is always something. Even if we go back to Kobe's death, there's always something to keep us, like what Cultivate is saying. It's something to keep us looking to the left when something's really going on to your right.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens every year. I mean, last year we was talking about you know, Cat Williams going into the new year and what, you know what I'm saying? And then you
sure
seen how the
was,
Diddy. So and it doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily have to be a national disaster, but it's just something to keep you talking, you know, paying attention about, you know, what's going on in the left hand and not paying attention to your right. It happens every year. So I think, you know, again, this is a tragic situation between this and I'm not sure was there any deaths in the other one, but you know, it's a tragic situation. However, I think it's something, you know, more sinister in plan.
Yeah, that Cultivate stole the.
You got any thunder?
Us baiting on.
Okay, no thunder for Cultivate. Sorry.
We here today, Cultivate. We here today because that was my exact thought. Like after I, you know, started processing stuff and you know it started really settling in that this is wildness is happening. What I'll never forget one day early in our pods before we went to video, you said overplay for underlay or something like that.
Yeah. Underplay for the overlay. Yeah.
Underplay for the overlay. Yeah. Like, what else is going on here? It's absolutely terrible that these people have lost their lives and the families that have been affected and everything. It's absolutely terrible. But what else is going on here? What else is going on? Now, also another detail about it is the guy in this particular video rented the Ford truck off of Toro. I was about to say Timu. Toro. Which also brings into the equation. I didn't pull it up. Here we go.
We are learning
The Cybertruck explosion.
I thought this was real interesting.
more tonight about the man behind the wheel of the Tesla Cybertruck that exploded outside the Trump International Hotel in Las Vegas. He has been identified as a highly decorated active duty Army Green Beret who loved his country and loved President Trump.
Bro, when I heard that, when he was like an Army veteran Green Beret, people don't know Green Beret is like the top of the top. Like this dude was a serious like brother, like dude, like for real. Like people don't know, you know, green. I don't think everybody understand what a Green Beret is. Like this motherfucker can really kill people. Go ahead. I just when I heard that, I'm like, what? Green Beret?
Now, the motive for the attack, though, remains a mystery. Rachel Menitoff is live with more on what we're learning about this 37-year-old Special Forces Master Sergeant. Rachel.
Rick Scher, authorities found this man's passport, a military ID, 2 legally purchased semi-automatic handguns, along with a combination of explosives in the Cybertruck. His neighbors in Colorado Springs say he seems like your typical husband and father, and tonight they're simply shocked by his behavior.
37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger has been identified as the person behind the wheel of the Tesla Cybertruck, which exploded into flames outside of Trump International Hotel Wednesday morning. Authorities tracked his movements from his home in Colorado Springs to Las Vegas. According to law enforcement, he was an active-duty U.S. Army Green Beret in the highly trained Special Forces. He was apparently stationed in Germany, but was currently on approved leave.
I'm comfortable calling it a suicide with the bombing that occurred immediately thereafter.
The Las Vegas sheriff says Livelsberger took his own life with a single bullet to the head moments before the explosion. 7 people sustained minor injuries, and investigators warn it could have been a lot worse.
The level of sophistication is not what we would expect from an individual with this type of military experience.
The Independent spoke exclusively with Livelsberger's uncle, who says his nephew, quote, loved Trump, and he was always a very, very patriotic soldier. Authorities acknowledge a number of similarities between Livelsberger and Shamsud Din Jabbar, who rammed his truck into a crowd on Bourbon Street in New Orleans hours earlier. Both were in the military, had done stints at Fort Bragg in North Carolina, and served in Afghanistan in 2009, although in different places. And both used the website Turo to rent their respective vehicles. At the moment, though, there isn't a direct link between the New Year's Day attacks. Federal agents searched the suspect's Colorado Springs home as neighbors watched in disbelief.
I would come out and they...
That's all right. I was trying to see something. Go ahead.
You can go back. Slow it down.
Yeah, just stop right there for a second. All right, good. Thank you.
Watched in disbelief.
I would come out and they would come out with their dog and say hi to each other. Same with his wife. She'd come out and with the baby.
All I can say is that they're a very normal family, and so it's very strange to me that this would be the case.
And in the meantime, Elon Musk says he's sending over a team to see if they can recover any video recorded from this Cybertruck. Musk also said the Cybertruck itself contained the explosion and prevented the flames from spreading into the hotel. We're live in the News Center. I'm Rachel Menitoff. Rick, back to you.
I thought that was very interesting. It was like basically an ad. You know what I'm saying? The Cybertruck itself prevented the flames from basically going into the hotel. What the fuck? So you should get a Cybertruck because, you know, anyway. That's why I thought that was an ad.
I thought of something totally.
Joining us now is former.
On the sentiment of what you were saying, too, because, I like to put my time for a kufi on, like, Jay every day. I don't got no time for a kufi, though. I just got, like, a little beanie. So I put that on sometimes. And I thought about it. I was like, bro.
What's the odds?
What's the odds of that? But also, what has Trump, like, what is one of, like, Trump's top 2 things that he ran on?
Oh, immigration.
Immigration, right? The person that's sitting next to him is what the like his right-hand man is for the Tesla, right?
Yeah, Elon.
They got these Tesla robots,
yeah.
right? So if he, like they say, if we deport a lot of these people back, it will create a work shortage, right? It'll be too many, like we wouldn't be able to keep this work. A lot of work would not be getting done. What has Elon Musk been trying to push and push and push with these robots to do these jobs? So it's like, it's going there. It's getting there. He got these robots, and like what the convention he had right before the presidency, we had the election. Then he had the convention where he was showing off the robots, doing a little bartending, doing this and doing that. And it's like, it's really getting there. Like, you can think all this stuff all you want to. It's not, like you say, it's not we just no coincidence. It's not no coincidence. It's all shit is going into part of their plan that they've been trying to do.
Yeah, I thought about this really just being a Tesla being able to get some publicity. You think about it, like, it's always people. So I went to Las Vegas earlier. It's always people around the Trump hotel and stuff. So it's just ironic that there's nobody there.
Wasn't nobody hurt?
Nobody hurt, or 7 injured, so they say. And, nothing else in the building caught on fire because the Tesla truck was able to withstand and keep a lot of that internal or whatever the fuck they just said. So I thought it was interesting. Mm-hmm.
Cultivate said, I wonder if Woodfield is better prepared after Migo Buddy drove his vehicle through the mall some years back.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I thought it was an old lady. Did the old lady do that too?
Oh, it was too.
I could have sworn. Well, it might not have been in Woodfield Mall. Then it might be a different mall I'm talking about. I'm thinking about.
I know Oakbrook is. They have the ballots.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of them while you walk through there.
Cultivate also said, what message was he trying to get across by killing himself at Trump Tower? Trump could give 2 fudges.
True.
He's from Colorado Springs.
Will said it surely was an ad. The more I hear y'all, the more I thought about that too. Right? Because it was 2 things I thought which are kind of opposing to each other.
And
One,
Toro ad too.
And Toro. One was, my thought was like, people are now going to think that the Cybertruck is not a safe vehicle to drive. Because people are probably going to say something malfunctioned in there, the battery exploded or something like that, and now it's not a safe car to drive. And now they're going to want Elon to pull all of the Cybertrucks and potentially Teslas, if the batteries are the same or whatever they figure out, pull them off the market and do a mass recall because it's unsafe, right? The perception would be that it's unsafe. The second part was, this is weird. This is weird. This one vehicle just exploded. Okay, are there going to be more? What details and what's the context to this situation? So when I watched the video, I see that this vehicle. Let me pull it up. Again.
And why you pulling it up? Like Cultivate said, what does he gain from this? Like, what was the end game?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You do this, it's like, okay, what were you trying to bring attention to? Some coded shit? Like, what the fuck?
So this is my issue with it, right? I was about to. So it's parked basically perfectly along the sidewalk. If you were really trying to do some damage, wouldn't you ran the vehicle through the front doors?
Right.
I'm not saying that you should. I'm not condoning any violence, you too, so chill, relax.
What up, Slimmy?
Slimmy, what's good, my guy?
Slimmy, what's going on, my brother?
So it just didn't make sense to me. Like, and then on top of that, so now I did learn this through Anton on this Millionaire Morning Show. With the Cybertrucks, you get an app that once you do whatever you do in the app, you can program the vehicle to start and drive itself to you.
So who's to say there's a person even in
Damn.
there?
Damn. They just said he was in there. He didn't have to be in there.
Yeah.
Slimmy said, "What's up, my guys? Y'all good? Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
All is well.
All is well. All is well." What he said.
Yeah. So great start off to the year so far. Great start off to the year for me.
That's interesting. Like, you really got me thinking about like Jerry. You just said it's an app that you can get the Cybertruck to drive to you.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, starts up and it drives to you. Jerry, they just said, how we know it was somebody in there? They just said it was somebody in there. That's what the news told us.
Mm-hmm.
But do we know for sure it was somebody in there?
They say he was burned beyond recognition.
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? You keep going.
The whatever explosives and weapons he had in there, were the flames were so hot and so contained that they melted.
And one thing also, when they went to his house, right? Why would you show this man's address?
Yeah, because then you're putting the other people out there.
Yeah.
In that area. Yeah, that's true. That's what you were getting at? Or
yeah, no, I was stopping to read his address, but I was just kind of thinking, like, why would you put his address out? I don't know. It's just something strange about that whole case.
But then again, too, like, the man is a Green Beret. What they say it was? He was a
master sergeant.
I think it's
some of the highest rankings you can get, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's good at disappearing and living off grid, right?
Yeah, he live in Colorado Springs. They already live off grid.
Beret. I don't know how to spell that.
Yep.
Highest rank.
He's somewhere in the middle, I think.
Because
he's still a sergeant, so he was master sergeant, top sergeant.
Let's go here. Go ahead, Mom.
No. I'm just thinking about a lot of stuff because the first thing came to my mind is when they said he was a Green Beret. And y'all saw I kept like, Green Beret, God, that's like some of the people say when you want to get somebody out or you want to fuck something up, you send Green Beret.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Master sergeant.
Yeah, so therefore, yeah, he right there. He like right in the middle. Like you said, he right there in the middle. Is he? No, wait.
Let's see. Curious.
Yeah, so he, and then he was already stationed in Germany. So that means he's already probably lived in Germany. His family probably already there now.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Let's see. I'll have to look that up separately. Oh, here we go, I think. No, never mind. Okay. But no, you're absolutely right, man. Have I heard of the Green Berets or the Green Beret before?
Damn, his passport was also fine. That's what Will said.
Yes, and I was gonna get at that, right? His passport was fine, his military ID was fine, but the heat was so hot that it melted guns.
Teeth records? I mean, you know what I'm saying, dental?
Now, the explosion was one that could be like a projectile. Let's see if this isn't the one.
And he had a Desert Eagle in the car with him. I always just found that.
We are learning more tonight about the
He had a Desert Eagle.
Yeah, one of the guns was a Desert Eagle.
Hold on. He said he had a Desert Eagle?
Yeah, it was a Desert Eagle in the car. It was one in the game. I was like, because when I saw it, I'm like, bro, that's a Desert Eagle. And then they confirmed. It's like, I'm like, why the fuck?
People don't have, like, people who shoot guns and stuff don't have. Desert Eagles are showpieces.
Yeah.
They don't just carry, you don't carry Desert Eagles around.
He just had a Desert Eagle with him.
So the only thing that makes sense to me as far as them finding his passports and his IDs and all that stuff. So let's go back. This right here, right when the video starts.
We are learning more tonight about the man behind the wheel.
Right, so all of this debris, that kind of makes sense to where it's possible that his ID was fine, his passport was fine. Now, what they also said with the explosion that they found on him as far as identifying his person was his tattoos.
So his tattoos didn't burn up.
And it's like when I saw it, because I think I seen it. I was looking at with these videos. I tried to find the short ones on purpose, the short videos. It showed like burnt skin, but it was like a patch to where it was kind of etched out. Not like it was like some skin ripped from an explosion. It was like it was etched out.
I think though it would be easy to find the identification of somebody. I mean, with security camera, you should have pretty good security camera. It pulls up the license plates. Boom, license plates goes to, you know what I'm saying, you send that to the DMV or whoever. Okay, that's such, you know, John Doe's car, John Doe. Okay, I rented that out on Toro to such and such. You see what I'm saying? So you can get to X, Y, and Z real fast. But I'm just saying, like, if it's nobody and I don't see this motherfucker, I don't believe what you talking about.
Right. Like, I need to see this person.
So like Will said, so his for the public, his passport just magically, you know, so that's I feel like that's something they're giving us to say, okay, that was him. He's riding around with his fucking passport. Like, I don't know. I don't ride around with my passport.
Your passport and your military ID?
So I don't know what he had going on, but.
So I did carry your passport when you out of the country.
Right.
You're going to lose that motherfucker.
So Cultivate asked, why didn't they show different angles of him pulling up in the Cybertruck like they did Buddy in the white pickup truck? I did see a video where they showed him I don't recall specifically if it was pulling up to the hotel, but they did show him in different areas while in the Cybertruck, like it's different locations. Like he traveled from
Colorado Springs
right?
to
Las Vegas, Nevada, right?
So they showed a video of the Cybertruck, not a person, the Cybertruck.
Oh, just
parking.
the truck.
Yeah, that I don't know if do the windows go down? I imagine they do.
You know, I've never seen none of them down. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, because, you know, the AC might not always work, you know, but whatever. So I never seen a person inside of the Cybertruck, maybe not even a silhouette, like, you know, the windows are, unless they have a tent, are clear. So you'd be able to see an individual driving ideally, right? But at a point he stopped and charged up the truck, and they showed different spots of him turning and stuff. So
you know what
I did see that.
Remind me of real quick is what's the movie where they're trying to get up out of New York?
Oh, I thought you were about to say a different one.
No, they're trying to kind of get up out of New York. I forget the name of the movie. And they're trying to make it, and all the Tesla cars started coming.
Leave the World Behind.
Leave the World Behind.
I love that movie.
Nobody was driving them. It was just all.
Yes.
They were just all coming at one time, and it's just like you never know, you know, with these robotic cars or, you know, these cars kind of doing their own thing, like what can happen, or even, you know, you don't know. Even with the one gentleman, or I don't want to call him gentleman, but the person who you know, ran over all those people in New Orleans. Like, you never know if doors could have locked. I mean, these are, of course, just theories or whatever, but, you know, the stuff that we see on movies where it's like, oh, you better go do this, or, you know, doors automatic. Like, we kind of think as these things are so far-fetched, but they're telling us in movies that they do it.
Facts, Slimmy. I need to go watch that again. Actually, I just told my family, because I have a cousins chat with all my cousins. We grew up together, so we called each other brother and sister. But Leave the World Behind, I watched that twice, back to back. It was so, because I didn't, to your point, and when I was watching the movie at first, I didn't understand that the Tesla, I just understand the purpose of the Tesla cars. Like, I'm thinking that people are actually driving these cars, and they're just running into each other until the characters in the movie look into the cars to see what's going on, and nobody's in them. I'm like, what's the point in that? I don't get it. And then later on, I found out that you can program the cars to drive themselves.
But now I thought that from the get-go, though, because it's an electric car. So all electric cars got to be controlled by something.
Right.
So what you thought of that one? Like, I really want to get into that. I want to know what you thought of that too, Jerry Day, from when you seen that scene. Because I know you seen World Behind. But what did you think about that scene when you see all the cars and they was right there and you seen all of them piled up? But then when you seen the lady say, "No, move out the way," and they start coming more and more.
Yeah.
What did you think about like that kind of that?
No, I just thought like you know, it was a big malfunction, like something,
me too.
you know, or you know, something, I don't know, some far away entity was like kind of calling it, you know, so to speak, like you know, trying to direct it to come
to where
it is, or you know,
Yeah.
So it could have been one of those two things, but that's what I kind of thought about it.
It was calling one by one.
Yeah.
One had an accident because
Yeah.
they didn't know it was right there, and then all of a sudden that caused a big
It's
pile
a
up.
domino effect.
Yes, a
Yeah.
domino effect.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, when somebody told me, I forget who it was or what conversation, but somebody told me that the Teslas and Cybertrucks, all this stuff, they get software updates.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also said, maybe it's a separate conversation, I don't know. But they said Elon, like if it just so happened that your car needs to get repoed or whatever the case,
Call it back.
you can hack into my car. I guess it's not really a surprise because people hack into regular cars. Literally, if you have a Bluetooth system for your car, people can hack into that. But
I think that's one of my biggest fears with all this going, you know, automated stuff. Because we seen when the company spyware or the spy, what it's called, on the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it had lost like damn near 50% of its value. What's that? We was talking about it on here. It was a stock.
NVIDIA? What is
No, it wasn't NVIDIA. It was some type of spyware. It was for cybersecurity. What was it called? I don't know. I'll think about it. But that caused a lot of plans to land because they did an update. They had a bug in it. Remember we was talking about it? And it had caused a lot of planes and everything. It caused a lot of air traffic control to be malfunctioning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if that can happen, even on our iPhones, when you get an update sometime, they have a bug in it that they totally forgot or whatever about it, and it causes it so they got to do another update right 2-3 days later because they didn't know this bug was up in there. This bug was part of the update or whatnot like that. But that scares me the most. What they talking about, we need to go electric with electric cars, all these electric things. Like, nigga, give me some with a carburetor with some gas. Fuck all that.
Yeah, anything with a computer can be hacked.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Just a motherboard or whatever, it could be hacked. So that said, like you said, it's gonna cause some situations out here.
Yeah, and anything that can kind of drive itself, I don't want it. I don't want no parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool.
Slimmy said, I knew what was going on. I actually had a conversation 1.5 years ago with my cousin about electric cars and why they want to make them standard. It's all about control, SMH.
Yeah.
What did Cultivate say after Will? I know Will said something.
Cultivate said, why didn't they show different angles of him pulling up on the Cybertruck?
Okay, you did say
Cultivate said, stage for sure. Sacrificial lambs, perhaps? I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing. I know I watched the movie Manchurian Candidate.
Oh, yeah. They have a lot of Manchurian candidates in Colorado, by the way.
You know what's funny?
He cooking over there.
Y'all ever watch the show The Boys? The Boys on Amazon?
Yeah, I heard about
The Boys.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh, no, I never heard of it.
I don't know if you would like it because I don't know. How do you fare with gore? Like ripped limbs and stuff like that?
Oh, no, well, it'll probably be interesting just to see.
It's very, very interesting. You should watch it. They have 5 seasons right now. I think there's only like maybe 10 episodes per season.
So
You said it's on what? Amazon?
Yeah, Amazon Video.
All right, bet. I think we got that at the crib.
Bro, now it's not something you can watch with the kids by any means.
What? Fuck them kids.
I'm just saying. Because it's about basically, you know how we view superheroes, right? There are always these people who are fighting for humanity and all these upstanding citizens and all that stuff. Well, this show is basically about how they're really, a lot of them are jerks and disinterested in actually doing that stuff in real life.
Like fuck us, fuck them humans,
right? You know what I'm saying? So
that's what they fuck them humans.
And the main characters in the show are mimics of real life characters that we see. Like Homelander is supposed to be Superman.
Mm-hmm.
The Deep is supposed to be Aquaman. Lady Maeve is supposed to be, I think, Wonder Woman. They have Black Noir. He's supposed to be Batman. But these are all opposite personalities of the characters that we know.
Okay.
Polar opposite. It's amazing, amazing show. And the reason why I say that, well, yeah, it's a great show. Yeah, you should definitely watch it. Somebody said something.
So let me say, watch. I can't catch.
Tenet?
Okay. What's that on, Slimmy?
Yeah, I don't think I ever seen that one before. Tenet. But yeah, man, this Cybertruck situation is the more we talk about it, the more I get skeptical. And I did see on the news that they were trying to, definitely for the Green Beret guy, they tried to say his wife had broken up with him like 6 days beforehand.
Yeah, because she went back over to Germany where he coming next.
And tried to me, they were trying to point it out like, okay, he's
6 days and before, huh? 6 days. Interesting.
So they tried to point it to like, okay, he's acting out because his wife broke up with him.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, that's all I can tell you, bro. And we try to say this all the time, and we try to, you try to stay on point with a lot of things. And it's just to show you that you can't lax nowhere, man. Stay on your P's and Q's. Always be observant of your surroundings. Always stay looking. No matter what time, man. I know sometimes we like to get lax, it get tiring and all that. Stay on your P's and Q's, man. Stay alert. Stay alert, please. Stay alert.
Slimmy, DM me that, bro. DM me, don't. Let's see. Slimmy said Max and Amazon, you have to buy it though. Listen, Max got some good stuff. HBO Max, well, Max, it used to be HBO Max. Max got some.
So it's Max now?
It's just Max, yeah. They separated from
Better than Stars, huh? No, what the fuck is that shit?
The Stars.
So they separated from HBO now?
Yeah, yeah. It's not HBO Max. It's just Max now.
You know what they did that for?
And then HBO.
No money. We got two companies. So now you can go with HBO and you can go with Max. You see those? It's both companies.
Molly, what's good?
What up, Molly?
You felt left out.
No, I met Molly at the when I went to Detroit.
What's going on, Molly? How you doing?
Molly is she's
greetings.
Listen, she's one of maybe a handful of females that I've ever met.
What's up, Molly?
Oh, look at y'all, boy.
Listen, when it comes to
you got them blushing over here.
When it comes to the political conversations, Molly is legendary.
Okay, no doubt.
Legendary. Like back before the official announcement of Trump's presidency, Molly would be on the Monday night show, the Q show, on the Anton Daniels channel. And listen, it'd be a panel full of women. I'm just listening. This is amazing. Listening to them say that. And not, I don't want to change the subject too much, but Molly was great. Molly is great to listen to, and she doesn't have like social media and all that stuff. She just sticking on to the
YouTube. That's it.
Just being on panels, not even having her own channel.
That's what's up. I like that. That's dope.
Let's get into the point. You know what I'm saying?
Getting to this point. Fuck all that bullshit. Get to the point.
Yeah. So, but yeah. This one thing but that it just didn't make sense to me. It's just like, come on, man. How is in one hand it's like we're in a situation where we can bit and piece things together and say, all right, y'all playing in our faces. But at the same time, it's like,
for sure. I'm sorry because you said something that was excited right there. Will, for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Oh yeah. Shit! I gotta get y'all $20.
No, we all up. We gonna pick somebody. Yeah. Oh, what's the question? We gotta give a trivia question though first, right?
Yeah.
Slimmy says,
let him finish his point, and then
Yeah, we can end on something because after this we can all end on something. End on that. I got a question for all of us. We can end on.
All right, but yeah, my last point is like it's two things going on right now. It's like y'all playing in our faces, and it's clear that y'all playing in our faces, but we can't prove it.
Right.
And three things: we can't prove it, and we can't do anything about it. All we can do is talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Just try to keep everybody informed
as best we can, and then just give our opinions about stuff because it's too much. I don't say it's too much. It is too much going on, but it's like, man, it's just wild times. That's why the name of this episode was just mass chaos. Mm-hmm. But that's all I got for now.